What is up, Realm Royale community? My goodness, man, you guys are in a huge panic right now. I mean, shitstorm, right? I mean, Shiz, who's well known in the community as being really the only guy working on the game at all, as far as we can tell, as far as what we see, sent out a tweet a few weeks back saying, hey, not a mistake that everything in the in-game store is 100 crowns, not a glitch. Comes back a few days later, 2, 3, 4 days later, says everything's 1 crown, also not a glitch. Okay, that tweet sent the official Realm Royale Discord, every single streamer, into an absolute panic frenzy. Like, this is an indication that they're going to shut our game down. Okay, so let me stop right there before I address this and break this down for you and remind all of you of one thing. So what I am, who I am, is a content creator that began to make Realm Royale content in late 2021 when it became evident to me through the career site of Hi-Rez Studios, because they were putting jobs up for people to work on Realm Royale, that we were going to get our game changed some way, somehow, some form. Okay, I went on to make a ton of videos. I was not a Realm Royale partner at that point in time. I made tons of videos like this where I'm just talking to you about the game and what I think. But what you don't maybe know is that I did a lot of research when I made those videos. And so it wasn't like me just throwing out an idea for content purposes. So it wasn't just me trying to create a bunch of content for you guys. It was more or less, hey, I went onto the Google machine and this is what I'm seeing. And hey, I went over here and I read this. And hey, I was in Discord and had a conversation. Hey, I was in someone's stream and this is what was told to me, told to everybody in the stream that day. To the point of where at some point in August of 2022, when I was, invited to become a partner for Realm Royale, I then later found out that I was right about a lot of things I said, to the point of where some of it was upsetting that I was so dead on about some of the guesses, as you guys might call them, that I was making. My point in sharing this with you is to tell you that this is how I do things. This is how I analyze things. And then when I come on here, I'm not just saying, because I feel like it, I'm going to tell you about this chicken skin, or I'm going to tell you about this thing over here. I've done a lot of actual research, and I think and take a lot of care before I say anything to you guys about what's going on. Similar to a few weeks ago, after everyone was in a panic, I purposely went onto my Twitch channel on a Saturday, which is not a normal day I stream, and I was as cringe as hell, according to one other streamer slash partner slash former friend. He's like, sends me a DM in the middle of my stream telling me that I'm cringe, and I called him out. He wasn't happy, banned me from his life. That's fine. But no one's going to tell me what I can and cannot do. And I'll just tell you this. No one from Hi-Rez Studios or from this game has ever come to me and said, hey, man, don't make that content. Hey, man, this was bad. Hey, man, change this up. If nothing else, I've gotten a suggestion or two about how I can improve my content, all for the betterment of like promoting this game in a really positive light. So that day I hopped on and I just started spouting off all of the conspiracies that you guys had in the official Realm Royale Discord. And I'll just say this. People that normally watch me, which there's about an average of 20 of you, when I get a decent stream going, there's about 20 good friends that come through that are the regulars that I know, that know me, that have seen me stream for years and years and years. None of those people thought that I was being dead serious about my negativity that I was spewing that day, and about my cringeness, as it was told to me, that I was spewing that day. And the few people that came in and were a little confused and thought I was really being serious, within moments, within seconds, realized, okay, he's doing a parody, basically. He's clowning, he's poking fun at all these people that are panicking. The title of my Realm stream was Last Days of Realm, which was the hashtag they were putting in the Discord. So flash forward to now, today. What's happening? What do I know? What Google machine information have you pulled, Smarmy, to come in here and tell us as accurately as possible what's really going to happen with Realm? Is Realm going to shut down the servers? Is Realm going away? Great questions. I'll tell you this. I do not know. I do not know if Realm's going to shut its servers down, but I can only go off the information that's available, like I normally do when I make a video like this. So here it is. Here's the information that's available. I went and spent a few hours searching the internet to find video games that have, shut their servers off. Games like Spellbreak, games like I can never remember the name of that damn game. You guys all know it's the guy with the axe. Whatever. Anyway, it's not important what the name of the game is. Bottom line is, I went through Reddits, I went through articles, I went through a ton of stuff to find out if any of those games discounted their in-store items and then suddenly shut their game off. The answer is 100% that's never really happened. Now, I know there's a couple of you nerds out there that'll be like, well, Smarmy, what about this article, this game? Cool, there might be a one-off, there might be a two-off. But normally if a game is giving away incentives to their community in the way of discounting items that they can buy or giving away items that they can buy or making them cheaper in their stores, none of those games that have ever done that have actually then gone on to shortly after that close their servers down. In fact, Spellbreak did discount some stuff about a year before they shut off their servers. Not to mention they gave a bunch of news before they shut off their servers about them shutting off the servers, which Realm Royale has done in the past. They've gone out and said, hey, we're not going to be developing this game anymore. We're just going to leave these servers on. And that was in 2021, late 2020, maybe. I don't have the exact dates for you, so don't hit me, don't hammer me for that. But so many people told me I was crazy. So many people told me, Smarmy, in your Discord, in my DMs, in whispers, bro, never gonna happen. They're not remaking Realm Royale. They're not updating the game. You're fucking crazy. And I would argue, well, they're offering jobs to people to work on the game. What does that mean to you in real life? Someone's working on a game that you're telling me is not going to ever have anybody work on it again? I don't know, man. I think I'm right. I think you're wrong. And at the end of the day, I was right. And everybody that thought that was wrong. Okay. I'm here to tell you the same exact thing about what I'm about to tell you. There's a couple videos somewhere up here that I'm going to put that were from 3 or 4 months ago that kind of go a little deeper even to this concept, but I'll give you the highlight. The man who created Paladins, the company that created Paladins, is a guy named Stuart Chisholm. Okay. He's the president and CEO of Hi-Rez Studios. He loves Realm Royale. He's said this publicly many, many, many times. There's a special place in his heart for Realm Royale. He loves the game. He, lives and dies and has pain about the game and the development of the game, the way the game works. He's talked about it in the past. Okay. That guy created Paladins. That guy went on Twitter and said the word Paladins 1. Now listen, I'm just going to tell you something. It's not an accident. It's not a mistake. It's a Freudian slip. If you don't know what a Freudian slip is, look it up. Basically, when he's at work every day at Hi-Rez Studios and he's talking to a team of people that are working on these different games, I'm guessing that they probably refer to Paladins 1 now because there actually is a Paladins 2 that's in some sort of progress, some sort of talks, some sort of discussions. What do I do? How did I come to that? Why do I say that? Why am I giving you any kind of hope whatsoever that might be some changes? Because I asked a bunch of people that would know better than me, and I got some information back from different people that all sounded exactly the same. And so let me explain to you what that means. I asked someone a question. Hey, is the sky red or is the sky blue? Person 1 says blue. Person 2 says blue. Person 3 says blue. Person 4 says blue. I look outside and the sky is currently red. I feel confident in telling everyone that I feel like the sky is going to be blue because 4 different people corroborated the fact that they're working on the sky being blue. Okay? I know it's a simple, stupid analogy, but this is exactly what's going on. So when that guy went on Twitter that day and typed out Paladins 1, it wasn't a mistake or an accident. It was just him doing what he does all day long, which is when he's talking to someone working on Paladins 1, they're referring to it as not only Paladins 1. My understanding is they're referring to it as P1. Okay. Recently, someone shared some information, said it was okay if I shared it live on stream, and I'm sure it's okay that I share it here and I can get more into it. I'm not going to completely out someone, but they basically said that they asked Thor straight up if he was working on Paladins, and Thor's answer typed out said, I'm not working on P1. So that's great news, by the way, because it means that if he's not working on P1, he's working on something else, and he's also indicated he's not working on Smite 2. but he has tweeted out many times over the last 5 or 6 months that he's working in Unreal Engine 5, learning the ins and outs of it, and that he hopes to push out some content for Paladins and Realm Royale, which is why someone asked him, hey man, are you working on Paladins? The answer was, I'm not working on P1. Well, again, why is someone referring to it as P1? Now listen, the person that sent me that information, maybe they are the ones that started calling it P1. Either way, where the fuck did the word P1 come from? Why does P1 exist? Why does Paladins 1 exist? Well, there's only one explanation logically, is that there's a Paladins 2 planned or being currently developed in some way, shape, or form. Now, from that little piece of news, I did some more research. And I thought to myself, well, if they build that game, they'll have unbelievable capabilities to easily create Realm Royale, a completely new, brand new game on Unreal Engine 5. And I'm not going to go deeply into it because I've got videos, like I said, go check them out. If you have questions, DM me, it's fine. So at the end of the day, I believe that's the end game for this game. Realm Royale Reforged that we're playing right now on Unreal Engine 3 will die when a game, either that one or something else that they might have in store that none of us know about, replaces that love of our lives, okay? There's too strong, although small, of a community that love that game that there's no way they're going to abandon the concept of that game completely. And they're certainly not going to discount a bunch of stuff to reward us for all this waiting and all this patience and all of this soon news. There's no way they're going to reward us and then pull the rug out from under us a week, 2 month, 3, 5 away. I promise you that that's not what's going to happen. Now, I'll make this clear for you guys. I literally know what the update was supposed to be that didn't happen over the last year. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but I can tell you that many people have spoken directly about it in chats, in conversations, live on people's streams. People have mentioned exactly what was planned, not in those words, but they literally have been talking about it. So it's out there. People do know what would make them happy, and what would make them happy was what they were going to try to do, but it didn't work out. Okay. That's as much as I can tell you without getting myself in trouble. I may have already done that anyway. And that's fine, because I want you guys to understand that you're fucking overreacting. You're fucking overreacting to crowns being discounted in the fucking in-game store. Stop doing that. Enjoy this game until it fucking shuts down. Is it shutting down soon? I do not think so. Nothing that I can see, hear, or even observe with my own 2 eyes tells me that Hi-Rez is getting ready to get rid of Realm Royale Reforged servers. And I'll tell you one other thing that's interesting, and I don't have the data, but it'd be interesting if someone could pull it. There's been so many people that have showed up and played this game that I haven't seen play it in a year or even 6 months, and are talking about the crown thing. So any good marketing campaign, its goal is to get people to pay attention to their product. And guess what lowering the crowns has done in essence? It has made a ton of people that weren't talking about Realm, that weren't playing Realm, that weren't buying crowns and buying stuff in their in-game store. It made a ton of people come back to Realm, not just to play, but to ask questions. There was a partnered Twitch streamer last night that came into my stream. He was upset as fuck about this game. I'd never heard of the guy. He had a check mark, so he was a partnered streamer. And at the end of the day, he said he appreciated my take on this, which is pretty much the take I've just given all you guys. My apologies to anyone that might have been in my stream a few weeks ago and thought that I was cringe. But the whole concept of creating that content for you was to make you understand how silly you sound, how silly it looks, the conspiracy theories behind why this game would shut down. Okay. Last but not least, just a few days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, Shiz posted in the official Realm Royale Discord that there would be news coming soon. And then again, everybody got crazy. Everybody got nuts. Everybody got insane. You know, oh God, here it is. This is the news. Listen, that's not how it works. The news that he has is probably exciting news. Okay. I don't know what the news is, by the way. I know too, like you guys do, that there's a news coming. I have no idea what that is. But other than one tweet in the history of the Realm Royale account on Twitter, other than one tweet, I've never seen anything negative ever tweeted officially by this company that was negative, except for that one tweet. So unless we're gonna get that one tweet on the official Realm, X account, I think that anything that's shared in Discord is probably going to be positive. Probably going to be some thought and consideration put behind it. Now, last but not least, I want to just address something that I addressed last night on my stream, and then I'll get the hell out of here. For those of you that are done finding out about my beautiful ideas, you can go now. But I do want to address one last thing, okay? I enjoy being a partner creator for this game, okay? I am not doing anyone a disservice when there are problems with the game or issues with a development team or issues with the people that own this company and run this company. I'm not the guy that's going to go live and cuss those people out, tell those people to go fuck to hell. That's just not who I am. Much like when you go to work every day, if you have a job, if you've been able to go to work, I would never go to work and tell my boss what he should do, how he should do it, and in what order he should do it in. If I did that, and especially if I did that a lot, I wouldn't have a job there. I wouldn't be welcome there. I'd be considered a cancer in that job place. Okay. That is, I believe, how most companies view their partnered creators. They're not employees, they're not paid per se. They're incentivized. We get skins and other, perks like getting invited to do things and, getting special stuff, but we don't get paid money. It's not a job. We don't owe them anything other than what our agreement is with them. Our agreement is to create content and promote this game. If you were a partner and you stopped doing that, or you stopped doing that and then had bad things to say about the company, that very well may have been the reason why you're not partner anymore. Do I know that for a fact? I want to be clear here. That's not why it happened, but it's a good, again, look at all that we have. Look at the example I gave you about a job. Ask yourself, if you walked into your job and said, fuck you, you're doing it wrong, how long you'd work there. So what would surprise you about telling a game you're partnered with, fuck you, your game's a piece of shit, don't you think would help get you not partnered with them? Okay, so I just want to throw that last piece out for you guys. I choose not to go to work and tell my boss how to do things, and I also choose not to call Thor up or Shiz or Popschlock or anybody else that might be around and tell them how to build their game, run their game, design their game. I try to give them ideas over the last couple of years. I try to give them positive feedback. I try to be an ambassador for this game, and it doesn't mean that I don't have anger, and it doesn't mean that I don't have despair, and it doesn't mean that I don't have fear of the game going away. But I choose to have a door open and a bridge to cross if things continue with Hi-Rez Studios. Hi-Rez Studios makes a new BR. Maybe it's not Realm, but it's amazing, and we fall in love with it like we did Realm. They do it again. They make the magic happen again. I would love to be considered for a content creation position within that video game. I'm not interested in Spite. I've played a little Paladins. I'm not interested in being a partner with Paladins, but perhaps that changes once it's on Unreal Engine 5. Might completely change how that game works. And again, I believe that they're working on that game quietly and secretly. When they want to, Hi-Rez has the ability to hold their cards very close to their vest and not show us their hand. Okay? So that's it, man. Get the fuck out of here with your shutting down the servers. I don't care what you think. I do research before I call people out. I do research 99.9% of the time before I open my mouth about something. Do I and have I said some stupid things in this community around it before? Absolutely. But I always come back and say, hey, sorry about that. Or hey, let me clarify. Or hey, this was wrong. I shouldn't have said this. I shouldn't have done that. I'm always accountable. All right. I'm sorry that Hi-Rez and this game and the development team hasn't been accountable to us for the last year. But we don't know what's really going on. I don't know what's happening at this studio, at this job, at this workplace where Thor is at and where Shiz is trying to maintain us all as a community, as the community manager. I don't know. None of us do. So at the end of the day, after I go through all the emotions, after I go through all the highs and lows, all the ups and downs, what I think is important is that we have a game to play. Is it perfect? No. Server's not perfect? No, they're not. Okay. But I have a game that's playable for me, that I enjoy playing, that I love, that I still think is one of the most unique BRs ever created. And I'm going to hop off of this right now, grab something to eat, and then I'm going to go out there and play some Realm Royale off stream, make some content, post it on TikTok like I always do, and hope for the best, which is what I suggest that all of you do. So be good, be kind, love you guys. See you in the realm that's not going anywhere.